My name is Emma. 3 years ago, I believed I had the perfect marriage. I worked 2 jobs while my husband, Jason, chased his dream of starting a business. I skipped vacations, sold my grandmother's jewelry, and even emptied my savings account so he could succeed. Whenever people praised him, he smiled proudly. But nobody knew whose sacrifice built that success. Then one afternoon, everything changed. I walked into his office carrying his favorite lunch. His secretary looked shocked to see me. She whispered, "I didn't know you were coming." Something felt wrong. I opened Jason's office door. There he was holding another woman's hand. She wasn't just any woman. She was his wealthy investor, his boss. Jason slowly stood up inside. "Emma, this isn't what it looks like." I laughed. "Really?" "Because it looks exactly like the trail." The woman crossed her arms. "I think you should leave." Jason didn't defend me instead. He looked into my eyes and said words I'll never forget. "You were part of my past. I've outgrown you. I deserve someone who can match my future." My heart shattered. But I didn't cry. Not there. I quietly placed the lunch on his desk, turned around and walked away. That night I cried until sunrise. Not because I lost him, because I realized I had lost myself. For weeks I blamed myself. Maybe I wasn't pretty enough. Maybe I wasn't successful enough. Maybe I gave too much. Then my best friend Olivia came over. She looked around my empty apartment. She hugged me and said something that changed my life forever. "Emma, women like you don't lose. They rebuild." Those words woke something inside me. The next morning, I made a decision. I would never beg anyone to love me again. I enrolled in online business courses. I learned digital marketing, branding, finance, public speaking. I worked during the day, studied at night, slept for hours, repeated the process every single day. 1 year later, I launched my own consulting company. Small at first, then bigger. Clients kept coming. Companies trusted me. Soon, I was earning more money than Jason ever had. But success wasn't my revenge. Becoming confident was. I smiled again. I traveled, I bought my own apartment. For the first time, I looked into the mirror and actually liked the woman staring back. Then fate decided to give me one final surprise. A business conference, hundreds of entrepreneurs. I was invited as a keynote speaker. When I walked onto the stage, the audience applauded. As I finished my speech, someone froze near the back of the room. Jason. He looked older, tired. His expensive suit looked worn out. During the break, he approached me slowly. "Emma, you look amazing." I smiled politely. "Thank you." He stared at the company logo behind me. "I had no idea you built all this." I nodded. "I did." He looked down. My company failed. My investor left. I made the biggest mistake of my life there. It was the apology I once dreamed about. Months earlier, I would have celebrated hearing those words. Now I felt nothing. Jason looked into my eyes. "Can we start over?" I smiled gently. "No," he looked confused. I continued. "You didn't leave because I wasn't enough. You left because you couldn't recognize my worth. And that's your loss." He lowered his head. "I still love you." I shook my head no. "You miss the woman who believed in you, but she doesn't exist anymore. Then I walked away without anger, without tears, without looking back. A few weeks later, one of my employees entered my office. She placed a business proposal on my desk. The company requesting my consulting services had a familiar name: Jason's old business. The remaining partners wanted my help to save what was left. Life has a strange sense of humor. I declined the offer. Not because I wanted revenge, because I had finally learned something priceless. Peace is worth more than proving a point. Today, I'm happier than I ever imagined. Not because Jason failed, but because I finally stopped measuring my value through someone else's opinion. If someone walks away from you, let them. Sometimes rejection isn't the end of your story. It's the beginning of the life you were always meant to live. And trust me, the strongest revenge isn't making someone regret losing you. It's becoming so happy that their opinion no longer matters.